are you? Everyone who's tuned in so far, we've got Ground Fog. Hello, hello. Thomas Moreland. Hello from Lexington, Kentucky. Just dropping a good word. Thank you, sir. Still not saying live on my end yet, but what's up, Mark Curtis, Tay Jones? What's cracking with you? How is everybody? Okay, there we go. Now we're live. What's up, Austin? What's up, Empty? Hello, hello. If you guys didn't hear me say hi to you before, Ground Fog, Thomas Moreland, Mark Curtis, Tay Jones, thanks for tuning in. John Kranz, Les, John Crewer, hello, hello. Man, bad news is you're just stuck with me tonight, so it'll probably be a bit of rambling, but that's all right. Let's see. John Crewer, already said hi to him. Austin up at the Attorneys on Retainer offices, slacking off on his job as usual. Hello, sir. Clancy and Dale. Mike says, Joey, sorry I couldn't be there for alumni this year. Yeah, man, Dale was telling me about that. Dude, I wish you would have said something. Like, we would have found you a ride. Kentucky's not that far away. So anyway, yeah, hate that we missed you, but you'll next year, because if you don't have a ride, you'll say something, right? What's up, Andy Alphabet? Hello, sir. Grant Tilley, Blake, DeWalt made it this time. Yeah, last week you were cutting it close. Oh no, it was on the member stream. You came in right at the end, huh? Out at the Mojave Desert, only 102 degrees, dude. But it's a dry heat, right? So it's okay. Hello, sir, from New Hampshire. Dude, they still let you have internet up there? That's crazy. No. What's up, JP? Empty, yep, running it solo tonight, guys. Unless Jay shows up. He was having some dinner with some students earlier, so, he might show up. Catass, hello, sir, and Willie Everett. What is going on? All right, guys. Now the hellos are out of the way. Go ahead, throw something out there for me. Throw a question out. If you have any questions about Alumni Weekend, then otherwise I'll just start rambling about it, which is what I will do. Yeah, cat ass in the chat, dude. Dude, members, sorry that you're gonna have to hear this again. Sorry that you're gonna have to hear this again, but yeah, fucking alumni this year was awesome. If you missed out on it, sorry. But dude, I didn't get to make it out to the range, but as usual, everyone in the classroom was a banger, dude. It was so much fun. I had a blast hanging out with everybody and listening to the talks that I got to sit through. John says, Joey, check the slope on that shooting bench. Might be unsafe. Oh shit. Did someone move it? Because it wasn't unsafe before. What's up, Matt Harmon? How are you doing, man? Good to see you. Mark says he learned a lot this weekend. Yeah, well, dude, and I didn't even get to make it out to the range. But just hearing the bit between Nicole talking about the cheese making, I had no idea that it was that easy, Dakota with the dog stuff, Brian, Nate's budgeting, finance talk was excellent. Of course, Matt was an excellent speaker. Yeah, so I had heard a lot of the stuff that Matt had talked about. I had heard his thoughts on stuff, but to hear it like put together in a presentation like that, it was very, 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 very awesome. Sam says, hello, friends, in the middle of my first workout with Matt Reynolds and Barbell Logic. Dude, my biggest advice to you, and we didn't talk about this before you left, but I promise you, no matter what it takes, make the time for it for these next few months. Like, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever your schedule is for those 3 workouts, if you put the time in and guarantee yourself those 3 days out of the week, you will feel so much better. Once you go 4 months or so, you start getting close to the end of the program and stuff like that. Or actually, shouldn't call it the novice program anymore. I don't know what their terminology is for Barbell Logic, but once you go 4 months doing that simple, hard, and effective program method, you'll start getting close to the end of it most likely. Just push till that. Once you get into the advanced, where you get to kind of change up the template a little bit, start focusing more on specific goals. Dude, anyway, that's my biggest advice is like, do not slack at all when these next few months. Just fucking hit it hard, make the time for it, and you will not regret it at all. What's up, Scott? Heather's in the chat complimenting Sam. Had a ton of fun on my birthday and gave Tim some shit. Oh, shit, yeah. Good. It's always a good time when you're able to... Range guys need 2-hour blocks. Man, you know, I definitely see where you're coming from. And that I'm not saying it's impossible. Sometimes the dudes in the classroom need 2 hours. Brian Sayers did his lowlight talk. I had to cut him off each time because he was going over. Same thing with Nate. Nate could have talked probably for another hour and a half over that financing stuff, especially when he started getting into the specifics of that program, the YNAB. Dude, like, I don't know. Maybe we do a test run with the range stuff getting 2 hours. I know Frank was talking about how he thought he had 2 hours, and yeah, he was. I think he was looking forward to having the 2 hours to work with you. Hello, Heather. Hello, Wexler. Oh, that's Cat Ass saying hello to them. Got done maintaining some gear and realized it was 8 p.m. Hey, man, good job maintaining that stuff because, you know, it's in my holster. Other than taking it out to shoot it to knock some dust off of all the maintaining I do. So did y'all get to try out the Heraclitus bourbon at Alumni? I haven't got mine yet. Grant, that's from Grant. I missed my chance to try it out. It was during work hours, and Joe was up here, and he had a flask, and it had like the bottom flask had some of the actual Birdsong blend in it. And he said, hey, this is all that I have left if you want to try some. And I was like, man, hold on to that. I'll try some later. You know, I want to make sure, you know, I'm just wait. You know, I wasn't feeling it at the moment. And then I'm sure that he ended up passing that around to other alumni that night. But from what I've heard, it is excellent. Those are the best 3 words to describe me. Simple, hard, and effective. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Austin. You deserve that praise. When y'all come, literally or a friend. So, Higher X, we actually had to cancel our Lubbock, Texas classes. So, we will end up coming back to Bastrop. We played around with the idea of going ahead and reaching out to our host in Bastrop to see if we could put the classes up there on our September trip coming up. But I think we might be a little too close to the day to get enough signups for it. So I think it's going to be next year when we come to Texas, and we'll just reach straight back out to the host down there in Bastrop. Trey, Last American Outlaw, reached out to us. We wanted to be able to go up there, hang out with him and his crew, get some of his family members through the fighting pistol and fighting rifle and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll be back in Bastrop next year, or even 1.5 hours. Yeah, whatever. You know, something like that. Hey, Cat. So Heather's talking about yeah. So Heather is under the weather right now, and so holding the fort down. And by holding the fort down, I mean, you know, I haven't even been at the shop. I just told her I was. I've just been hanging out with Shelton. The team movement for sure needed 2 hours. Yeah, that is one of those things, especially if he designed it around there was a breakdown of communication. But I don't know. Maybe what we do. I don't know. Maybe I should probably talk to Heather about this before I talk to you guys. But maybe we reach out to people who are interested in teaching next year at alumni, and first come first serve. Like, hey, if you want 1.5 hours, no, everybody would have to have the same, so the rotation's the same. I don't know. Anyway, what's up, Adam Hall? Adam Hall just leaving Camden. He stayed for Monday and Tuesday. Took Chuck's medical class. I got to hear bits and pieces of it. My biggest takeaway, and I'll probably do a short about this, is how we don't carry enough gauze for wound packing. He was very adamant about you should probably carry 2 things of gauze on you at a minimum, not just the one, and all that stuff. So I thought that was very cool, and he, of course he ended up, you do wound packing in the class, and you kind of see how much you can shove down there, and what looks like a small cavity and stuff like that. So, damn, cat ass, what are you doing, man? Very kind of you. Stretch first, Wexler, 69, drive to Camden. Are there going to be any classes in Tucson this year? All right, I wanted to catch it before all these gifted memberships pushed all the text away. We're not coming to Arizona this year. We're going to give it some time to settle. Give it some time to repopulate the pond, if you will. We came out to Arizona last year, and I mean, bottom line is we just didn't have enough sign-ups. We did it. We went out there anyway because we love you guys. We had some people who had signed up, but anyway, that's all it is. So we're gonna give it some time, let it settle. In fact, what I would say is, if you guys are interested in us coming back to Arizona, talk with your people, figure out what you want there. We'll for sure do a fighting pistol. Fighting pistol is typically the best-selling class because it's our core class, right? But if you want us to come to Arizona, talk to your people. Ask them what they want to take. What would they actually sign up for? Not just like, it'd be cool if they did this or cool if they did that. Like, no, what are you willing to drop $700 on? If it's fighting pistol and advanced fighting pistol, we'll do that. If it's fighting pistol with fighting rifle, hell, anything like that, But start talking to your people and then reach out to us. We have a range out there, so it's not like you have to fill out a class host form or anything like that. But if you talk to your people and you know that when they say that they're willing to drop the money on it, that they mean it, reach out to us. Tell us what people want to take. We'll bring whatever classes we can out there. I added another pack to my ankle kit. That's from Adam. Yeah, that I was literally just talking to Heather about that before the live stream. So, hell, I mean, it's enough behind the scenes just for you guys. It's enough where we're talking about adding 2 packs of gauze to the Vox moving forward. So, that's how much he was stressing it. I was about to ask how much was enough. All of my kits have a package of Quick Clot and a pack of compressed gauze. Yeah. Yeah, man, I wish I could have really sat through the class. Adam may be able to answer better since he did sit through it. But yeah, you should definitely talk to Chuck. That's cat ass throwing those donations around, man. Spreading the love, absolutely. Jeff, it was great training with you in Tucson. We did shotgun together. Damn. Yeah, guys, if you got a membership from cat ass, if you got a membership from him, throw out a thank you to that dude. Big friend of the company for a long time. Listen, he can tell some stories from damn near 20 years ago when we had people like fucking oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name now. It's because I'm trying to remember it, of course. Oh my gosh, I feel terrible. Gomez, fucking when Gomez was teaching back here and stuff, Yeah. Going to a new location in PA. This is from Heather, and signups are great. All of our repeat locations are still low, so we're giving it some buffer time. Right, absolutely. I get it. It's tough for these road classes. You're welcome, Mark. Yep. Joey says, "Hey Joe, hey Joey, update on the Rhino rescue kit I bought on Temu. It is 100% genuine and awesome. Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it, man. So I don't know. Was it last week's live stream where you talked about it? Sometimes that stuff from Temu, it's the same thing for Amazon. I don't know if you guys know this, but Amazon at their warehouses for the shipping and stuff like that, they just have bins of like related products that they have to dig through and pick and pull and stuff like that. And so sometimes that's why if you've ever had something from Amazon that you were like, fuck, like this isn't what I expected, it could be because someone picked the wrong thing because it was in this related area or something like that. So I feel like with Temu sometimes you get that same thing. Hey, cool, thanks, you too. Yep. Joey talked with Tanner, and sorry I missed Frank's portion of alumni. Heard good things. I heard nothing but good things about all of the range exercises out there. I hate that I wasn't able to make it out, but yeah, no, I mean, so for the range stuff, I didn't get out there, so I can't recall all of it off the top of my head. But Andrew's the rifle stuff that he did out there, the lever gun stuff, Frank's team movement, Dakota's dog biting stuff. So day one, he did a talk in the classroom about training the dogs and stuff like that. And then on day two, he had a block on the range actually letting you get bit by the dog if you want to. And so I heard nothing but awesome things from all of that. As usual, the awesome thing about alumni, and I don't have to tell you guys because if you've ever been to alumni, you know this, but literally every instructor that comes in, it is their donation to you guys. They don't receive any compensation other than not having to pay for their lodging, really. It is a 100% volunteer. So what that means is everyone who shows up to teach at alumni wants to show up and teach at alumni. So it has been. Oh yeah, Dylan did a great thing over the Big Dot stuff. Ah man, I wish I had talked to him more about how that went and stuff. Damn, I'll have to text him. But yeah. Anyway, we're very fortunate to have this group of people who are willing to come out and do things like that. Chuck was awesome. Brian Sayers drove all the way down from the fucking New Hampshire, to come down and teach block at alumni. He is doing his every night pistol class right now, every night long gun class as well, I think is what he's going to do. But that's just our way of trying to help make the trip worth it for these guest instructors. Same thing with Chuck. We let him, not let him, but offered for him to teach a class after alumni to help make the trip a little bit more financially sensible, and he had a pretty good turnout in that. Anyway, we're very fortunate. Talked about it last week. Cool. Blake Chin says Lubbock is fun. I was excited to go. Fucking Trey had hyped up this range, and I met the dude who owns the range, or at least runs it. Very nice dude at SHOT Show. Again, we reached out to him and we were like, hey, we still don't have any signups, and he was the one who actually said, hey, like we should probably pull the plug then. So that's where we're at with that. But I was excited to head up there. Grant, are you in the Signal or Facebook alumni group? If so, I can send you a link in case you know someone who needs a kit. Yeah, that was in response to Grant saying that he's glad he had a good luck on that Temu stuff. Would have loved to have been there for that Big Dots block. And Dale says Dylan's deal on Big Dots was cool. Dylan came he was here when we did the USCCA instructor certification. And it was kind of a spur of the moment thing that happened in that class. And we reached out to XS, and we were able to get him in contact with, Allison over there. I don't know if he talked to Allison. I don't know if she ended up shoving him off to somebody else, but he was able to get a lot of information directly from XS. And if you guys don't know Dylan it has a very analytical mind, very by the book kind of dude, and is not afraid to drop a bunch of knowledge on you real quick from some obscure book that he read and and stuff like that, right? So he took it serious from everything I can hear, or everything that I've heard, and fucking crushed it. D-Walt says he was happy to donate some lightning and spice. Yes, that was. Listen, I didn't get sprayed. I did get tased. If you guys didn't see the short, you should go and check that out. It's crazy to look back on it. Again, something else I was talking to Shelton about today, or maybe it was Heather, I can't remember. But like, in the moment, it sucks really, really bad, you know. But it's over instantly. It was almost enough to to where I was like, I want to get tased again to see if I can be quiet for the whole 5 seconds, because I was at like 4.5 seconds before I broke. You know. Anyway, but I would get tased again, and I'll probably end up doing the pepper spray when it is not 98 degrees out and everything like that. Maybe I'll have D-Walt cuff my hands or something so I don't rub my eyes and mess up any LASIK or anything like that. But Joe, so that was Grant replying to Joey. Brian's lecture was illuminating. I see what you did there, sir. Very cool. Again, when I introed Brian in alumni, Brian teaches. It's my favorite low light class that I've taken that doesn't involve nods, right? And he teaches things a little bit differently than we do. But what I told the students there, if you guys have not taken Brian's low light class, I think that he is able to articulate and authenticate, to steal that phrase from Masad Ayub, the reasons behind what he's doing. So I had this conversation with Adam, actually, that I would not fault anybody if they took our low light class and then they took Brian's and they agreed more with Brian. I wouldn't fault them for that. I think our way is the more correct way still, but it's neck and neck. I can see the pros and cons of both sides. It was very, very good. Let's see, posting now. Trey, the moderately law-abiding outlaw. Yep, never living it down, man. Trey Sparkle, fighting gauze. That's almost what it feels like after listening to Chuck. It was a hoot and a half. Christina, our photographer, guys, if you're a part of the Facebook group, she did a photo dump from the tasers and the pepper spray stuff. You have a few cool drills to make the taser more fun. Shit, how do you do anything with that taser going? I don't know. I'll take that back. Because when I first got tased, if you guys look at the bottom of the screen, my legs actually tightened up and I lifted them all the way off the ground, and then I realized I did that and I was able to force them back down. So yeah. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. But it was my legs curled up, and it was Isaac, and I can never remember the guy's name. I feel so bad. He's in Brian's class today, but they were both holding me up. I'm lucky that it was two big dudes who were trying to hold me, because that second and a half or half a second that my legs were up could have ended it very poorly for all of us if it wasn't them. So anyway, Austin says he remembers Brian holding court at Mexican about low light a couple years back. Yeah, no, that is something that, again, if James's phrase used to be, Josh Hill, thank you, Dale. James's phrase, what he would say is if we're arrogant enough to assume that our compass points true north, and we are, that doesn't mean that there aren't other people out there who might be 1 or 2 degrees off. Like, they're still going north, but maybe they're just, a little to the left or right of us. And when it comes to this low light stuff, that's how I feel about Brian. Brian is a very passionate instructor. He's if you're looking for someone who cares about the craft of teaching, and cares about the craft that they are teaching, then you should train with Brian. He's a good dude and a great instructor. Yeah, Isaac shot the gun while being tased. That's true. It was all from the hip though. So when I imagine a drill, I'm like, how do I get under the taser? Like, can you fight? But I wasn't trying to fight it, right? So is that all it takes is like knowing when that pain starts, I have a job to do? Is that enough to push through it? It might be. So very, very cool. I thought y'all handled the taser pretty good. From Ron, as good as you can, I guess. So, all I care about is I didn't freak out as much as Lewis. That was my only goal. So, and Shelton, but I knew I would beat Shelton. Is it weird that I didn't really see my big dot when shooting in the fight, or do I need to do some drilling for sight acquisition? So I would think about that in two ways. It is either you subconsciously saw it, right? You just got it up in your face, and maybe you don't actually remember getting the sight picture. Maybe your primary focus was on the role player and not on your sights. So maybe they were blurry, but because your primary focus was there. Or it was that you weren't using your sights at all, and just point at the gun toward the guy and press the trigger. So, do you need to do some drilling for sight acquisition? We all do, in my opinion. The problem is that it's tough to do that under stress in the way that the fight induces. Like, what drill can you do where you're going to have that same small dose of adrenaline as you did when you were in the fight? I can't think of a range drill you can do like that, So, yes, you should. Does that mean that you have to take the fight again? Maybe. Maybe you take the fight continues, and that's where you get your practice in at. But just some dry fire, man. Dry practice, I should say. I think is everyone could do that. And if you were going to work on it, this is maybe where some people might disagree with me, but even without shooting around, if you got the shot timer out, right? And whatever your draw is, whatever it is, or maybe you don't even need the shot timer, but yeah, I'm trying to think of something. Like, my first idea with the shot timer was like set it for like 2 seconds. A second and a half to draw your gun, a half a second to get your sights, and see, like, when that timer beeps, like, where are your sights at? Are you focused on them, or are you looking at the target or anything like that, right? Or are you more focused on the target? Something along those lines. There's probably, hell, if Dylan was in here, he'd probably have something that he read in a book that he could tell you about. Heather, took Brian's class almost 2 years ago, and I still hear bleached my rhodopsin in my brain. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago where I turned the lights on and when I got home from a live stream, and Heather was like, "You bleached my rhodopsin." Next time we'll mask up and see if he can hit anything. Yeah, that sounds good. What's up, Max's Path? Hello, sir. How are you? Salutations and other synonyms. Right? Anyway, what is going on, guys? Cool. So I've pretty much burned through everything that you guys got up there. Throw something else. Hey, Sam likes talking to people in the future. It's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, guys, throw something else out for me. Like I said, I don't really have a lot to cover today. So hit me with something, because I'm not sure what else to ramble about anymore. No, I can still ramble. Since Sam brought up him starting with barbell logic. So if you haven't seriously looked into some strength training and upping your fitness game. I know that it's something that people sorry, got distracted by comments. Sorry. But if you haven't seriously thought about this stuff, so Matt came and did a presentation at Alumni. If you had been here, you would have gotten an awesome deal for the cost of the service and stuff like that. But something that he did point out is that they offer a whole lot of resources on their YouTube channel and on the website for free. So go to their website, watch through their videos of the squat and this and that, the big four lifts, but anyway, the foundational lifts, and seriously start taking that stuff more serious. Matt tells a few stories in the class. Of course, Paul Markle was working out and was able to beat cancer because he had been getting strong through the program before he was diagnosed and stuff like that. And now, after beating cancer and is lifting more than he did before he had that, So it's something that will preserve your quality of life. I think that is the biggest takeaway from it. Let me hit some of these comments before they get pushed off of the screen, and then I'll jump back on that if I need to. Cool, thanks, Joey. Dylan knows his stuff. We hung out in the team room when I was up there. Excellent. Let's see. Tom says the discount code for Defiant is incorrect in the comments. Thank you. I'll have Shelton fix that first thing tomorrow. Jaeger24 works when ordering, though. Just ordered some Freedom Seeds. Hell yeah, man. And then he bounced out of here. Yes, thank you for telling people to hit the like button. Thank you for doing my job for me. Hey, guys, listen to Tom. Hit that like button if you haven't already. In fact, I know I don't say this enough, but it is crazy how much this stuff matters. Likes and shares go a long way of pushing things through YouTube's algorithm. So if you have some people that you're like, hey, these people should watch these live streams, and maybe they'll get something out of it, go ahead and share it as well. Don't be scared. Max is referencing the video I just posted about a new SOE rig that has not been released yet. Oh, okay. Joey says, what's going through your mind while you're getting tased? Dude, the only thing that I was thinking of was how much it sucked. And if you watched the short that we put out, right? Like, I tense up, my legs curl up, I put them down, my face is contorted at first. And then it's whenever my face goes, like, normal, I was like, okay, this is fine. I can handle this. And so the whole time, all I was thinking of is how much it sucks. Okay, I'm used to it. Oh no, this sucks. Okay, I'm used to it. And then second 5, like, oh no, this sucks. That's all I remember thinking about. You guys have a fighting pistol class coming up in the next weekend or so, Joey. Right, Joey? I believe we do. We do have one. We do have one coming up soon, and I believe I am teaching it. We have fighting pistol on the 25th and 26th of July, and then on August 1st and 2nd. Those are both Thursdays, Fridays, though. But I think I'm teaching both of those. I know, yep, there I am on that one, and I'm not on that one. So, anyway, I'll probably end up teaching that other one. Joey, talk about where you started with barbell logic. Weren't you a tall, skinny guy once? Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm glad you guys brought it up. So, whenever the first time that I went to take I talked a little bit about it at the first group, so maybe that's why Blake is bringing this up. But in the first group at Alumni, I talked about it a little bit. When I took my first squat seminar with Matt, this was years ago. God, it feels like forever ago. But I was maybe 170 pounds or something like that, right around that area, somewhere between 165 to 175. I was a tall, skinny dude, because all I had done up to that point was is like calisthenics and stuff like that. I was working out at John's for a while, and he did pay for me to have a membership at a local gym. So I would go out there, just doing stuff that you could do, body weights or dumbbells, and some Tabata workouts with Lance. The good old days, huh? But yeah, I took that squat seminar with Matt, and he introduced us to the strength training. So now, like, my normal weight is closer to like 220 or something like that, and not all of it is healthy weight, because I haven't been hitting the gym the way that I should. I haven't been lifting the weights the way that I should. But just from building up that amount of muscle mass and everything like that, like, I feel better than I did back then, and I feel like I would be better handled for any of these situations. I went from like a lanky kid who probably couldn't have done anything, to feeling much better about myself, and yeah, I mean, the first time I took the starting strength, or not starting strength, it was at Strong Gym at the time. I think I maxed out there. We didn't do like 1 rep max or anything like that, but he cut me off at like a 175 squat. I mean, within a few months, again, talking to Sam about sticking to it, within like the first 4 months of seriously doing the starting strength program and sticking to it, I was doing the 315s, So it is seriously impressive, and I think that people sometimes, when they look at fitness, they don't realize, they imagine that there's this huge, big commitment to it. And I get it. I have a hard time finding how to do it as well. But what I don't want people to think is that it does take a lot of time and it does take a lot of effort. Like, you can get a lot of work done, especially with something like the novice program back then, in less than an hour a day, especially when you're first starting out. When you start getting to the end of that stuff and you start having to give yourself longer times to rest and lift before you lift more weights, you start pushing into like an hour and a half and stuff like that. But yeah, it's super important. Matt does a very good job of talking about, statistically, dudes who have more muscle, people who have more muscle on them are just harder to kill. Like, if my 170 self and the dude I am now both got into like the same exact circumstance of a car accident, I would statistically, as I am now, have a higher chance to survive that than the 170-pound version of me. So it's not that he's preaching for everybody to go out there and become power lifters or especially not bodybuilders, because those guys are close to death anyway, apparently, right? But we're not trying to turn everybody into power lifters, but there is a certain level of strength that everybody can achieve that will help with your quality of life. You'll feel better, you'll move better, you'll be better, and you should do it. Yeah, it's crazy to think about that back then. Joey, aren't you married to someone that teaches starting strength? Yes, I am. And at one point, there was a time when people would ask me what my strength goals were, and I would have to say to squat more than my wife. So, yeah, no, it is not from a lack of Heather trying to get me back into the gym. In fact, this last time where I was pretty consistent about it, I was in the gym a solid month, like on top of it, crushing it, everything like that. Then I missed like 3 days, and your brain is dumb. And after you miss 3 days of a workout, it will be like, or 3 days of a program when you should have been working out, it will be like, oh, well, then what's the point? And we'll just like shut down. And that's where the difference between motivation and discipline comes into play. Motivation is fickle. You can't rely on it. You have to be able to achieve the discipline to do it. And it's obviously something that I'm lacking in. Still working on it. So do that. Hello, Kangaroo. Hello to you, John. Do people even need to watch the shared video to help? No, they don't. In fact, for the algorithms, for the analytics and stuff like that, the more that a video is shared, the more that it's liked, then that helps bump up the algorithm. In all honesty, the biggest thing is interactions and watch times and stuff like that. YouTube really cares about enjoyment of the video. So those are the two big things. And so like liking it and then sharing it tricks the algorithm, not tricks it, but tells the algorithm like, oh, this person liked it, and they liked it enough that they were telling other people to watch it. So that's why those two things matter so much. It gets better the bigger the spread. Yep. Yeah, that's what I was talking to, I think I was talking to Shelton about it, that he said that he was happy he did the alligator clips instead of the prongs. And I said, you're only happy you did the alligator clips because your shorts were too loose and you weren't wearing socks. Because if you were like Charles and you had been wearing socks, he would have been able to have the one prong up here and the other one down all the way at the bottom of your body. And then you're really going for a ride. Catass is threatening to sneak down next week. You're off 2 weeks for the 2 weeks of the Olympics. Oh, damn. Yeah, man. And come on down, dude. For sure. Come on down. Hang out. I know that you came and hung out for a pistol class that I was teaching not too long ago. It was awesome. Awesome having you down here, so bring it on. If you're having trouble getting started, just go with a bare minimum consistency and you'll develop the habit. It'll be much easier after that. You only need discipline in the development of a habit. True, absolutely. John Lovell has a great video about it. Atomic Habits is a great book for that too. Yeah, no, that's the biggest thing is turning it into a habit. And I like the way that you phrase it. You only need the discipline in the development of the habit. Yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from. I guess I'll have to check out that. I'll have to check it out. Lifting weights is the only known fountain of youth that exists. Yes. Agreed. Charles got the full experience. Hell yeah, he did, dude. That was crazy. But yeah, the fitness stuff, taking care of yourself, it is important. I was just watching a video the other day about how being able to discipline is being able to what is the greatest form. How did the dude word this? I'm gonna butcher this. How did the dude word it? Discipline is the greatest form of self-love you can have, because having the discipline now is your way of fulfilling promises to your future self. Like the future you is counting on the current you to take care of what you're supposed to in this moment. And so anyway, I liked that turn of phrase, discipline, because it's typically looked at as, I don't want to say that it's looked at as a negative thing, but when you think of it, you think of like giving things up or not doing what you want to do, right? And I think that turning it on its head like that and saying that it's a form of self-love or self-care is a very interesting take on it. Very insightful, I think. So anyway, lifting weights and HGH. Yeah, yeah. I guess HGH might be the other fountain of youth, huh? Damn. No. So if you guys didn't know, just because it was brought up, yeah, I was I used to have a head full of hair, long hair, down to down to my butt. I was called Greasy Jesus because I had long hair and was super skinny. And then I started lifting weights, and I lost all my hair, but that's okay. It's a fair trade. Dale says my future self is going to hate me. Hey, dude, most of us are in that boat. The look on Charles's face before, during, and after. He looks like he's rethinking his entire life and every choice he has ever made. Yeah, my plan is to go through those photos that you took and maybe do a slideshow of everyone, like before they get tased to like the moment the taser hits them, and just do a slideshow of seeing that shift. Dean says, "What's up? What's up with you? Sneaking in here with 15 minutes to go. You think we wouldn't see you?" Joey says, "I've seen the same quote. Got it right? Cool. Excellent. I'm glad I didn't butcher it too bad then." But yeah, I think that things like that is being able to turn what is typically looked at as a, again, it's tough because it's not really a negative thing, but it's not a fun thing, you know? So, and being able to turn it into a more positive light. I don't know if it helps anybody, but I like it. Is DC fenced of? Is DC fenced off? I have no idea. Dean says, just working my ass off. Seen some of y'all at the SOE party. Dude, I'm glad you made it out there. Gary Johnson jumping in here late. Hello, sir. What's going on? I will say yours and Isaac's faces made all of the photos better. Even better. Yeah, people... our looks, like Isaac and I were not laughing at Lewis's pain. That's not where all of it was coming from, at least. Right before the taser hit him, Lewis cracked a joke and he made us laugh. And so now we just look like we really don't like Lewis. And while part of that may be true, we were mainly laughing from the joke. Should have tased Lewis. We did tase Lewis. Dude, go check out the short we posted. It might have been Monday when we posted it. But it's got me. It's Shelton first, then me, then Brian. Maced, not tased. Sorry. Lewis and I were supposed to get tased. We were going to do it. Dude, we had a whole crowd out there. The reason we were going out there was for me and him to get maced. And one thing led to another. Shelton and Donnie went through it first. And we started realizing that maybe we didn't have any enough decon, maybe, and there was, some other things that were going on. We decided to put it off. We're going to put it off till the fall. I don't know if Lewis is going to do it in the fall, or winter, I should say, but I'm really thinking about it. D-Walt, maybe you show up for the... well, no, don't show up for the bug out weekend. I'm not going to sleep outside after getting maced. Maybe the last day of bug out weekend. I don't know. We'll check the calendar out. But anyway, if I can talk Lewis into doing it again, I will. But yeah. Anyway, so instead we did the Stasi drill. So maybe that'll end up on the internet too. We did a competitive version of the Stasi drill. Austin says he's working on his ass currently. Yep, that's how it goes. Wiped out. Yep. Wimped out. Dude, yeah, a little bit. I didn't wimp out. But yeah, like I was telling Heather and everybody else, it wasn't like a macho thing that was making me want to do it. It was the fact that we had all these people there. So like I was going to push on through and do it because we'd been talking about it for months. But man, we wimped out. I'll just leave it at that. We wimped out. Look, I already said I don't feel bad for laughing at anyone who does something dumb they know will hurt. Yeah, especially after watching someone else do it. Then you get to laugh and call them a dumbass. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think that's a fair way of looking at it. Mark says he's never going to forget the way Shelton said, "Don't do it, Joey." I will not forget it either. I've told this story before, but literally the first time I went to meet Shelton, he put a thumbtack in between his fingers and he said, "What's up, man? Good to see you. Nice to meet you, whatever." And he gave me a high five with a thumbtack in his hand, just jamming it into my hand. That's the kind of person Shelton is, and that's what our friendship is based around, inflicting as much pain on each other as possible. So whenever he, with full sincerity, said, "Don't do it, Joey," I knew it was messed up. I knew it was not going to be a good time. For Shelton to not be okay with me going through that, yeah, that's fucked up, man. D-Walt says I have a couple of those pictures that need some Photoshop, and they'll be perfect. Excellent. Eat a burrito while you get maced, and it tricks the brain into thinking it's hot sauce. Yeah, D-Walt didn't tell us that. You know, they would have been fine. D-Walt says he can't edit, so he'll divert them to Shelton. Nice. You did get some pictures of the Stasi drill. Cool. I know Nate got some footage from it as well, but offended me a little bit because he followed Lewis through the thing, and it only offends me because this is what he said. What's up, Jose? This is what he said to Shelton before they did the macing thing. He said, "I'm going to follow the guy who I think is going to get it." And then he started following Donnie, right? And then Shelton was the one who made it to his gun and made a hit, right? And so anyway, I had no knowledge of that. But then when we go to do the Stasi drill, he ends up following Lewis. Lewis doesn't get a C-zone hit out of his gun. I get a C-zone hit out of my gun. And he walks up to Lewis's target and he gets nice and in to show the hits. But he didn't do it to my target. So anyway, that's just my feelings are hurt a little bit. I'll ask Shelton to pick your OC. Damn, yeah. I'm telling you, man. Shelton, even today, when I was talking to Shelton about doing it in the winter, he was still saying not to do it. So, remind me what the Stasi drill is. So, the Stasi drill is meant to simulate getting your bell rung, getting knocked for a loop, getting hit upside your fucking head, whatever, however you want to say it. So what we do is we find a point on the ground to focus on, bend at the hips, spin around that point 10 times, and then draw the gun out and shoot, right? So anyway, so that's kind of what we did instead. And yeah, so you'll see Lewis we'll get that footage up. But yeah, like I said, he was following Lewis, so you get to see Lewis as he goes to run because he was spinning faster than me because he's smaller. He doesn't his circumference was smaller. When I bend at my waist, you know, I'm over a single point. Anyway, so he got done. And so you get to see Lewis all stumbling around. You get to see me walking all funny and stuff like that. But anyway, yep, that's from Advanced. Shelton saying not to do it was lame. You got it worse than him. That's funny. Dude, I don't know, man. Shelton might have got it the same way as you. I was looking at the footage that Nate got, and we were wrong. You and I were wrong on this assumption. I thought that he had went from Josh's right to his left, and so Shelton's left eye got it bad. But no, he started on Shelton, and it went directly, like stream into eye. It was, he got it pretty rough. Shelton did hit the target one-handed, you're right. Edward says he started his full lose weight program in June. I'm giving myself a year to lose 60 pounds. COVID, broken leg, and car crash. I really packed the weight on. Good, man. More power to you. Best luck. Just whatever you choose to do, just maintain that discipline. Just see it through, man. Just see it through. Let's see. Late getting here. Good evening. What's up, Paul? Not to Oh, Christina says she followed me and Shelton. That's loyalty. Thank you, Christina. At least I can count on you. Paul, your name reminded me. If you guys haven't seen it, Paul Markle actually did a write-up on, let me get the website pulled up real quick before we cut this thing out. Shooting News Weekly. He did a write-up over professional executive protection, of course, over this everything that's going on with Trump and stuff like that, right? It's a very, very good read. He doesn't go in there and bash anybody or anything like that. But what he does do is lay out what is considered industry norms for those types of situations. And then at the end of it, he's like, so now that you know what should have happened, you can go back and watch this video and make your own conclusions about the, effectiveness that day of the Secret Service and stuff, right? So it's a very good read, though. Either way, excellent article. So check that out. Yes, do it in advance. D-Wald, I agree. Donnie did get it worse. You can literally see it splashing off his face in the photos. Ben Earp, dude. What are you doing just sneaking around in here, man? Shelton is a man's man, no question. I mean, listen, I've seen in all these years of Shelton and I trying to hurt each other, I have seen him go through some shit. So, even though Lewis is a bit smaller, I definitely don't want to wrestle with him. He'll probably grab a handful to bring me to his level. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's trained with Sonny too much. So, yeah, he's not afraid of a low blow, right? Only unfair fight is the one you lose. What's up, Rafa? Finally caught alive? Dude, we do it at the same time every week, man. Next week, I expect you here on time, all right? And if you're not, I'm going to shoot up the ammo you left here. Just to teach you a lesson. I don't want to do it, but it'll be to teach you all that discipline and stuff that we were talking about earlier. But yeah, so that's it. Always cheat, always win. Yep. If you find yourself in a fair fight, your tactics suck. I like that. Mark. Absolutely. Dude. Yeah. I do wish that we had got to do some of the stuff. DeWalt was talking about piloting his Spicy Fight Club program. So maybe we get that done in the winter. We'll see. All right. If you cheat and lose, you cheated wrong. Damn. All right. Well, guys, we got about 3 minutes. If you have anything for me, throw it out now. Let's see. Do I have anything for you? Do the duel as a video. Yes, that was the plan. So that's if we end up doing another one, we will. Again, the Stasi one, we did get a recording of that. Next time we'll get 2 cameras running, so we can get from both, following both people. Oh yeah, we're not gonna get pepper sprayed and not get some content out of it. We actually, Shelton has, it should be coming out on Liberty TV this Thursday. Will be some of the footage from him getting sprayed, and I think it's literally like the next day that or not the next day, but that day he came into the shop and did his tabletop of it and stuff like that, talking about what it was like. So that should be up on Liberty TV. How sick were the alumni shirts though? They were super sick. Let's see, Rafa, fighting revolver, loaner/rental. I don't know if we have anything lined up for rentals when it comes to the fighting revolver stuff. Send me an email, man, and keep me on it, because we may be able to do something for you. But as far as just like having some stocked up, ready to go for students, not at the moment. I am officially Matt's weakest client on the leaderboard. Hey, man, we all start somewhere. We all start somewhere, and that's okay. Like I said, when I went to my first squat seminar, 175 pounds, I think, is where I got cut off at. But you're on the leaderboard. That's right. Exactly. That's what I was about to say. But the thing is being at the bottom just means that you have a lot of room to go up. And when it comes to the way they do these programs, adding 5 pounds every time you work out, you're going to those numbers are going to go up super fast in the beginning, very, very quickly. I mean, you squat 3 times a week. You're adding 15 pounds to your squat every single week. Like you get to do that for, depending on your body and stuff like that. Most people, about 4 months worth of doing that. I mean, you're really pushing it then. So yeah, don't worry about it. Casey Loftus needs to complete his first workout. That motherfucker. Get on him, dude. Harass him. When he gets here for Family Fighting Rifle, I'm going to give him some shit. The shirts were amazing. I didn't even get to do the whole weekend, but I damn sure bought a shirt. Yeah. Those are awesome. All right, guys, we made it. 8 o'clock. Me and you. Just me and you. We did this together. You guys are awesome. So thank you as always for tuning in. We'll be back next week. I'm making sure Shelton is ready to hit those buttons to turn it